A shed update, but I am going to try to answer a question which I get asked a lot of times, and I'm happy to answer it the best I can, and that is, do I have a display area for the models that I build for myself? And the answer to that is yes and no, and more no than yes. I do not have a display cabinet in the house at all because I actually build a lot of models for people and I build very few for myself. And if I do build stuff for myself, it's usually I usually sell them off. But you got to know where to look to see display models here at BHP HQ. Now you have to excuse the ARC 2 here. I do sell a lot of toys on the secondary market, and I do a lot of kid toys. I also do a lot of custom cozy coops. You know, I sell a lot of action figures, and a lot of this is set down the middle. That's more to sell because I got to think ahead all the way up to Christmas time because, you know, that's just where you make lots of money. But where to look for built-up models is you got to look up in the ceiling. I actually have a few models that I built up there. Some of these are I want to say toys, you know, real big toys like the big 32-inch Falcon that you could buy when it came out, the big X-Wing. But closer in the back down there, the ragtag fleet, I built them for the hobby store. Build them for myself, but you know, if the hobby store needs them again, I can be able to you know, take them back up there. Had the Martians War Machine from Warp Models. Golden Armor's Narcissus there, which I was trying to get it mounted and on a pole stand and everything, but just never did finish it, which someday I may will, you know. We got Captain Cardboard's unfinished D7, which I will probably bring that out of retirement once the Katinga gets out, but we will discuss that. But anyway, you don't see much of the ARC 2. I would turn the lights on, but I figured just a quick glimpse of it, and you don't want to see all the major toys in there, and I do like my big turtles, and you can see my big Ranger back there, you know. I do like my little friends that guard the ARC 2. But anyway, you need to come over here and look what we got inside the ARC. Now, I do keep some models, and most of the time if I do keep a model for myself, it is for I want to say nostalgia purposes, or just because it's just very different. Because I sell a lot of models, people are like, hey, you building that? How much is that? I'll tell them how much it is and they'll buy it. So after I get done building it, I just collect the money and send it on its way. Adam West Batman, I know everyone's probably built one. I built the contaminated cow one so I could be different from everyone else. You know, I did keep him. Gorgo I never did finish. I lost interest real quick. I don't know why, but I just did. I did God, what's his name? I got the box somewhere. The Relic monster, did build him. I liked the show. A little too dark for my taste. They need to turn the lights on like they do with all movies, but anyway, did keep him. Slowly, if you look, there's stuff that's inside the ARC and the places where I do keep built-ups. Built up the Hellraiser cube, which is, you know, an old, it's an old Screaming kit, you know, comes poly bagged. Did built that, was fun. Took me years to get me another one though, because I actually found that not at a hobby store. I found it at a Halloween store. About fell over when I saw it. But anyway, there's a few things. I even have stuff that my dad built, and I got Dad's models are in a tote up in the attic, and they're all in parts pieces, but they're, you know, they're still good. But some things, like he painted Mork and Mindy here. That's the old Fun Dimensions figurines that you could buy. Like that's Princess Leia. You could get Mork and Mindy, you get Luke and the Tauntaun. I know they tried to do it with episode 1, which I liked them. You know, most people don't, but you can get like Buck Rogers over here. You know, good old 70s, you know, late 70s figures that you can buy and paint. But anyway, stuff like that. Star Trek. There's some failed attempts. This is me and a fellow modeler's combination of scratch building and kit bashing. The SETI Alpha 5, this is from Federation Planets. I actually built it, and a friend of mine took it and got it Walter Koenig, and I can't think of his name, Jordan Scott. I think they got them both signed it for me, and it's one of them. I think one of the coolest kits out there. I mean, it's so simple. All it is just a little cleanup and painting. But anyway, I did keep that. You know, there's a certain one. Bandai Stormtrooper did keep him. I do like it. Now he is reusable. That's the beauty of it. You can pop him off the base, and if we need to get rid of the base, do another different base, or do a you know, a Sand Trooper, put a collar on him. You know, whatever we need to do, because he still is, you know, fully posable. But anyway, stuff like that, try to keep. Lola never did finish it, but you know, is more of to build it, to sell the conversion for it, you know, which is a lot of what I've done. I did keep the Junkdom, do like odd, you know. I just like to I like to keep some things that I do build. The Rescue Raptor, you know, I did keep it. If I painted a brown one, I probably could have sold it almost instantly, but a lot of people don't know that the rescue ones don't exist. The Scarlet Viper, which is about number 4 or 5 that I've built over my lifetime, that I've when I found out the Scarlet even existed, but this is the one that's in fine scale, and so I decided to keep it to go with the book. But there is a few models that I do keep. Most time, you know, if I do build one up, it's to build a conversion and try to sell it, you know, or build it for a publication or anything like that. But I don't get to keep a whole lot of built-up models. You'd think with a bunch of kits you would have a lot of built-up models, but I just do not. But anyway, that's a quick answer to the question. I do get that asked a lot. Having a display case, I really don't. I mean, I kind of do in a way, the art. There's a couple up there with the armor section, and planes usually go really quick if I build them, and because that's usually specific when I build for people. But anyway, that's all. Oh, I had another fan up here, if you haven't noticed. If you're following along with the fan, so we have 4 up here plus a good floor fan. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today, answering a question, and hopefully had a good answer. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.